All right, yeah, so as she stated, my name is Burkhard, and today I'm going to be presenting on a shipwreck tagging program I created for the Fish and Wildlife Service in Chincoteague. And before I get into my presentation, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of geographic background on where Chincoteague is located, because I doubt many of you could even pronounce it. So here we go. So Chincoteague is a small barrier island off the coast of Virginia that measures 26 miles in length. Chincoteague, like all other barrier islands, is surrounded by treacherous shoals, and historically which have been a navigational nightmare for mariners due to their constant changing nature. Due to this, hundreds of ships have met their demise, which makes Chincoteague a prime location to encounter these cultural resources along the shoreline. Storms, as stated earlier, is a constant change for all barrier islands. Storm pictured here is Hurricane Sandy, and it's probably the whole reason why I'm in front of you all today. Hurricane Sandy was one of the most damaging and detrimental storms to ever hit the East Coast, and Chincoteague was no exception. Days after this massive storm, Fish and Wildlife staff went out and surveyed the beaches, and what they found baffled them. They found a large debris field full of hundreds of disarticulated shipwreck timbers, dozens of old historic shoes, and dozens of historic bottles. So I was lucky enough, due to this event, to get hired on as an intern for the following summer in 2013 to develop and implement a shipwreck tagging program. The beginning steps of this program were to contact numerous professionals and other shipwreck tagging programs around the country to figure out what worked and what didn't work for them. The main issues that the other programs found were that they felt that their tags did not last the harsh oceanic and UV environments that they were exposed to on the coastline. So I contacted the UWF Marine Biology Department with this issue, and we came up with a plexiglass tag that's commonly used on sea turtles. So this plexiglass tag is a piece of plexiglass, basically a plexiglass sandwich, has a piece of underwater mylar paper, and one unique feature of this tag, it has a QR code, and I'll get into that in a little bit. So to test this theory that this tag would be the best equipped for the marine and UV environments, I have an experiment, ongoing experiment. So as you can see, there's three various shipwreck timbers that are completely covered in different types of tagging materials and tagging attachment methods. I have one shipwreck timber completely in the dunes, one completely submerged underwater, and then one completely in the intertidal zone. So all of these are faced with various degrees of UV and oceanic degradation. This experiment has been ongoing for 3 years, and I've been systematically photographing the degradation levels of each tag. And so far, the plexiglass tag has been best equipped for the program. As the program began, I had to create documentation to have uniformity within the program. The picture of the form above is of a reporting form. So this is for a piece of unidentified wreckage or from an unidentified site, previously not tagged. So this form has general information as well as allows the user to equip GPS coordinates. So this form is for when the public goes and finds a piece of tagged wreckage already. So you can pull out your smartphone and scan that QR code. When you scan that QR code, it takes you to this form, and it asks a bunch of general information, but it also allows a special ability for you to upload GPS coordinates and attach a picture. So when that member of the public hits submit, I get an email, and then it goes to an online database. This online database I can then upload to Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Access, and allows me to further analyze how these cultural resources have changed over time and then how they've spatially moved. So here are a few pictures that the public has actually sent me throughout the existence of the program. You can kind of see the before and after pictures with the dates. So as we all know, archaeologists don't get the ability to go out in the field as much as we would like. So this gives us a unique opportunity to have the public basically be our eyes and ears out in the field while we're sitting in the office doing our work. Another unique feature of this program, as well as being able to see how they visually change, we can spatially see how they've moved over time. And you guys might think, well, do these cultural resources and sites really move and degrade that quickly? Well, throughout the program's existence, I found that these cultural resources have moved great distances. I went too fast on that slide. All right, so this one, just for an example, so September 2014 to February 2015, this timber had moved at least 40 meters. This is just from the shortest distance. Where you guys might say, oh, this could be GPS error, someone could have picked it up and moved it, etc. Well, this past year, they had Chincoteague got hit with a massive storm. And this timber actually moved over 100 miles south, across the Chesapeake Bay. So this is quite mind-blowing. If you think about it, the common thought for these cultural resources when they occur on the beaches is that they're just from a shipwreck offshore, or just in the intertidal zone, not too far away. Well, the data that I've found so far within this program is indicating that these cultural resources throughout the past 100 years, 200 years, however long they've been there, could have broken off to site from greater distances away. So here are some pictures that are attached that show the kind of change and how the public has been helping out with this particular timber. So throughout the program's existence too, we've also gotten the unique opportunity to tag some physical shipwreck sites instead of just isolated finds. So this gives us the ability to track the site integrity and site formation processes over time. And believe it or not, that same storm that moved that timber over 100 miles actually completely inundated and destroyed one of those shipwreck sites that we tagged this past fall. So we're still waiting to hear back from, still waiting for a member of the public to find one of those tagged timbers and scan it in so that we can find out where it went and how far it's moved, etc. So as I've been harping on throughout this whole program, it's all public driven. They're the eyes and the ears out in the field. So in order to get the program kind of up and running, we held a public outreach program, a wreck tagging workshop. So basically within this workshop, we trained 25 volunteers of how to properly identify, tag, and then document each piece of wreckage or untagged wreckage or site that they encounter. We've also trained the fish and wildlife biology staff and interns as they come in because they're the most prevalent out in the field. So some upcoming goals for the program, I'd like to see a larger geographic growth to encompass a larger area. It'd be interesting to see the trends over a larger scale area. And again, just hold more public programs because the more well-trained public you have, the better the data will be, the better monitoring, and et cetera. So thank you for the quick presentation.